Praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to come to His house. We ask Allah to accept our ibadah and forgive our shortcomings. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We talked about the importance of keeping ties in relationship with individual, as it is a core, a very important and integral part of a person's faith. Now, how are we going to get this, that we are able to get along, keep ties? Of course, there is a process. And in that process, the first and foremost condition is being a believer. Al-Mu'min. The one who believes in Allah Azza wa Jal, the one who believes in the Day of Judgment, the one who believes that there is going to be a question and answer on the Day of Judgment, the one who believes that he's going to go after this life into another life, the one who believes in his death. All of these areas are going to strengthen the process of a person keeping a good relationship. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam described a believer in a very beautiful way. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Al-mu'minuna hayyinuna layyinun." That a believer, all believers, they are easygoing and very lenient. Easygoing and very lenient. Hayyan and layyin. They're very soft in their speech, and it is very easy to interact with them. They don't have multiple motives. They don't take your words and twist it in a wrong way. They don't have assumptions. They are very easy to get along. And the example, the parable of this is, subhanallah, the way the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ described is, Kal Jamal al-Anif. It's like an obedient camel. What's an obedient camel? I mean, if you haven't, been associated with camels in any way, you would understand that such a great animal, such a strong and powerful animal, how he is able to move on the gesture and the indication of the person who is holding the camel, who's ever camel, he's trained to move this camel the way he wants. This is called an obedient camel. Like we have remote controls for our cars. Lock on, lock off, auto start, windows down, windows up. Like whatever button you press, that's what it's going to do the function of. It's not that you're pressing unlock and it's going to lock, or vice versa. So the same way an obedient camel is, you tell the camel to sit down, it will sit down. Stand up, move, walk slowly, walk slowly. Walk fast, walk fast. So a believer is like an obedient camel. In qada in qida wa in unikha ala sakhratin istanakha. That wherever you move this camel, it will move along with you. And if you tell a very difficult task to this camel to sit on a rock, it will try to do it even if it's not able to do it. So a believer is very easy to get along, very lenient and soft in his speech. When we develop this character of a believer, it is easy for us to build relationships. It's to keep people with us. Otherwise, we become so bitter in our statement that instead of speaking words, we throw bullets. In every statement of ours, we have certain ways to manipulate it in such a way that we're throwing indirect statement to a character, or the way he looks, or the way he is, or what does he do, what does he have in his heart, as if we know this person, we've gone inside his body and took his heart out and saw what he is thinking of me. That's the way I'm talking to this individual. This type of character makes the relationship break, and this type of situation throws people away from each other. So this is something that we have to start from where? We don't have to start in the masjid, not at work, in your own house. Because goodness, khair, is something where you develop in your own house. That we try our best to become one of those obedient camel. That we are able to get along with everybody. We are able to have a good relationship. It's not difficult to talk to this person or that person. Why? Because of our own character. So that's the first area where relationship gets built. Where you become that individual which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves, which the Prophet ﷺ describes as a believer, and then later on the relationships will start building up based on that character of this individual. So this is very hard to do, very easy to speak. But at the time of that situation, it becomes very difficult. So that's why a person needs to be reminded again and again that that is how I need to develop myself. If I am a good individual within my household, within my family, then I will be a good individual in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not the way other people judge me or the way I interact with other individuals. If I am that good individual, then inshallah I will be a good individual in the sight of Allah. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.